My name is Kristine Weber, and I love to help mature yoga teachers let their wisdom shine. I'm getting over something that shall remain unnamed. You could probably hear it in my voice. The illness that shall remain unnamed because I don't want this video to get flagged as like being, some kind of thing that it's not meant to be. So I'll just keep it that way, that I'm getting over something that my whole house had. And it was tough, actually. I was pretty flat for a couple of days. I'm a lot better today. I'm feeling much better. And one of the reasons I think I'm feeling much better is because I worked my practices. And, I'm also just feeling better because I'm like, great immune system. I'm doing exactly what my doctor told me to do. I had a meeting with my doctor. I had an appointment with my doctor, a virtual appointment with my doctor. This early this morning, I'm doing what my doctor wants me to do. Excuse me. And I've been hydrating a lot and resting a lot. It's so nice to rest. So I was thinking, like, philosophically, that we don't give ourselves a chance to rest that much, Excuse me. And a lot of times we think like, well, I'm too busy, I can't rest. And then you get sick and like you have to rest. And it's like, that's messed up. You should be able to rest like when you need to rest, but our culture is so pushy. And I was thinking about that in myself too. Like, why don't I just lay around and watch really bad movies on Netflix more often? It's not bad for me. But the other thing I've been doing a lot of is yoga, and it has been incredibly helpful. I've been so amazed at how much better I feel when I do 5, 10, 15 minutes of some asanas and doing a lot of meditation, not doing pranayama. Pranayama is contraindicated when you're sick, so you shouldn't. I mean, any kind of intricate pranayama, even breath counting, that is not necessarily a great thing to do. But I certainly haven't been doing like Viloma or Nadi Shodhana or anything like that. Excuse me. I'm still a bit wheezy. Much better than I've been though. Um, so anyway, I thought today I was like, okay, so I know that this certain thing has been going around a lot, and I thought I would just maybe get on here and give you some ideas of things that I've done that have been helpful for me. It may not be helpful for you, um, but they certainly have helped me. And part of it is about just kind of like tuning into my breath and really working with the lungs a little. So I want to start with a practice that I learned from my Qigong teacher, one of my Qigong teachers a long time ago. You're welcome to try it with me. And I just love this for the lungs. It's so simple. So you bring your feet up flat and you kind of make them wide, like maybe as wide as the mat, and then turn your palms up on the outside. Okay, so you do need a little slipperiness. So either floor, like my floor is nice and slippery, or you could use a blanket for this. And you start to raise your arms up. So you get to the place where you start to feel a sensation of stretch or mobilization in the armpit area. And when I started doing this yesterday, because it's very interoceptive. This is not just like do this pose and you're going to feel better. It's much more just your feet, and you're giving that interoceptive awareness feedback to the system. That's really what you're doing here. So what I started to notice is that my left side felt more restricted than my right side. I started to notice that. And so what you can do from here is you just kind of start to move the left arm. My right arm is going to go further until I start to feel the restrictions, but my left arm was in its place. And then you kind of take your breath and guide it as if you're going to your left lung and your left ribs and your left armpit. Now, the other thing that's really helpful here is feeling the whole of your spine starting to kind of sink into the earth. So I'm giving maybe 2 to 5% pressure to my heels to help that happen. There's a little bit more grounding energy in my heels, and then I'm grounding into my spine. I'm even going to lower the chin a little bit to make my spine longer. And then breathing into that left side a little more because that's where I'm feeling my restrictions. But for you, it might be right side. So notice where you're feeling your restriction and a few breaths there. And then you may start to move your arms even a little bit higher here. And you start, and again, you find the breath, maybe deepen it a little bit. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm taking the deepest breath, because one of the things I noticed when I was working with this, when I was really sick, is just the little breaths were fine, because the deep breath sometimes would cause me to go into coughing fits. So just little breaths, keeping that spine like an arrow. And then moving the arms a little bit higher as you see fit. So as you start to feel some openness happening, the arms can maybe go a little bit higher. And part of this also is about kind of recharging and letting your spine, which is highly conductive. Bone has so much bioenergetic charge. I can't remember the exact word for it, but the bone is highly charged. And so, keeping that bone connected to the energy of the earth. And even if you're just visualizing it for me, it feels like I'm recharging from the earth's energy. So use a visualization here if you like, connect to the earth energy, feel like your whole spine is recharging. You're letting the lungs expand, and you can do this move. I mean, it's not even a move, it's a posture. You can do that pose or that posture for, like 15 minutes. That was super helpful for me when when I was struggling in the worst of my I'm sorry, of my mysterious illness symptoms. I really, my biggest fear is that this video gets tagged as being advice for that, and that's not what it's about. It's about supporting you. Get all your advice from your healthcare professional, but it's about supporting you in self care for whatever you might be struggling with. That was that one pose, and I did a lot of asana, but that one pose really, really helped, and I'm feeling much better today. Woohoo! So thank you for being here. Thanks for watching my live stream. I apologize for my voice. I'm sure it will be better next time. And I hope to see you again next week. Please leave a comment. Let me know where you're coming from. If you want to study with me regularly, Subtle Yoga Resilience Society, we're having a sale until the end of June. So it's a great time to jump in. Lots of love.